For more on this, I'm joined from Crans-Montana by CGTN Switzerland correspondent Julia Hamilton. Julia, thank you so much for joining me. First of all, what do we know about the victims, and have the police actually identified anyone at this stage?
Yes, so the police are working right now on identifying the victims of this fire here in Crans-Montana. The place, the bar just behind me there, remains to be closed off by the police, and meanwhile people have been coming here laying candles and flowers and leaving tributes to the victims. So the police haven't identified all the victims right now, of course, because they are still working on that. Forensic investigators, the police and the fire brigades are still here at the scene, and they said that it could take days, even weeks, to identify everybody, because some of the victims have really horrendous burns to them. So it's very difficult to identify everybody quickly. But meanwhile, one victim has been identified already. Is an Italian 17-year-old Emanuele Gialloppini. He's been regarded as a talented young golfer who was here at this bar celebrating the New Year, and he died in this fire. That's all we know so far of the identities of the victims.
And as we can see, you're currently there, right near the bar where this horrific fire took place. What is the mood like today, exactly where you are? And how is the community feeling? Because I see that floral tributes have been laid, and it seems like a very close-knit community there.
Yes, Crans-Montana is a very small community indeed, just a few thousand residents here. And of course, many people come here for holidays because they have a chalet here, or they come just for skiing holidays. But yesterday, I was speaking to some of the locals who were saying that they know either a friend or a friend of a friend who knows somebody who managed to escape that fire. So people have been affected in one way or another. And indeed, the mood today is still very, there's a sense of grief and sadness and of shock here as well. So people have been coming to this area very close to the bar, bringing candles, flowers, leaving tributes, some teddy bears, and of course, because many of the victims were very young teenagers. So indeed, this town is in shock.
And we talk about the victims there, and they were young teenagers, of course, visiting this bar, celebrating New Year's Eve. We've heard from a lot of European countries regarding the situation in Crans-Montana. What more do we know about the nationalities of the victims and what other countries are doing to help right now?
Well, that's right. So it's quite an involvement from other European countries, neighboring Switzerland. So, for example, yesterday, a lot of the victims and the injured were taken to nearby hospitals, because the local hospitals here in this area, in this canton of Valais, they got full very quickly. So the injured had to be taken by helicopters to Zurich, Geneva, Lausanne, Milan, even to Germany, to help treat those burns to specialist units. So, we don't know the exact nationalities of all the people who were in that bar, but we do know, for example, from the Italian foreign minister, that 19 Italian nationals were involved in this, and 13 of them are in hospital and 6 of them are still missing. Also from the French side, we heard that 9 French nationals were injured and 8 of them are still missing. So indeed, it was a very international crowd here in this bar on this New Year's Eve night. And of course, this place is a very popular skiing resort. So many international people come here to celebrate the New Year and to spend their holidays.
And right now, we still don't know the exact cause of the fire. Do we have any more ideas of how this could have possibly started? There are some videos circulating on social media and online about candles that were seen being used in champagne bottles. What more do we know?
That's right. So, yes, the police haven't quite haven't mentioned the exact cause of this fire yet, because of course the investigation is still ongoing and they are considering several causes, but there have been some witness accounts and some videos, and in fact I've seen several videos and photographs where one of the witnesses, who was inside, a 19-year-old French national who was inside the bar with 6 other friends celebrating the birthday, and I've seen those videos and pictures which shows that there was champagne bottles and polytechnic candles on them, which were lit, and you can even see some of the pictures where the ceiling catches fire from those candles. And you can also see in some of the videos people still standing there taking videos of of the ceiling on fire. But some people also started to leave, and then eventually you see videos of this room being engulfed in flames, this orange in color, and people are leaving. So indeed, we have to wait for the investigation to complete to know exactly what started that fire there.
And right now, just on our screens, we can see pictures of a vigil that was held in Crans, Montana, for the people who lost their lives. And Julia, how have the people in Switzerland reacted to the news of what's happened at, as you say, this popular ski resort?
Well, actually, the whole of Switzerland is, of course, also grieving and is in shock. In fact, 5-day mourning has been declared here in the country. So that means that all official entertainment programs have been cancelled. For example, yesterday in the city of Lucerne, New Year fireworks were supposed to take place by the lake, as they do every year, but they cancelled this in solidarity with the victims. And so the Swiss president, he also said that this is one of the worst tragedies that Switzerland has ever known. So indeed, the whole country, of course, is in shock and in grief. And people have been coming here to lay flowers, to bring candles, pay tributes on social media here as well. And when you see some people coming here, they're weeping and they're hugging each other. So you can really sense that sadness here among the community.
Julia Hamilton, thank you so much for joining us. It was very good to speak to you. Thank you.